The chapter opens with Miss Warner clutching her chest, her thoughts consumed by a growing unease. She wonders if it has something to do with Chu Hao. The scene shifts to Master Gu, as he steps into the Kusi Emperor's realm. With his sharp senses, he quickly detects the presence of others in the area. Meanwhile, Lin Wu and his group stand at a safe distance from a deep, ominous pit. Luluo explained that, based on the clues, this was the location of Master Lingulu's treasure. She told Lin Wu to head to the valley, assuring him they would wait for him there. Another girl urged Lin Wu to be cautious, but he simply replied with confidence, promising to live up to their expectations. After Lin Wu flew down, the three of them revealed their plan to get the mysterious gourd of the spiritual gourd master. One of them remarked that their side already had fewer treasures compared to the other world, and if the opposing side took those treasures, their situation would likely deteriorate further. Luluo explained that she had already informed Uncle Lin and Granny Lu Kui, who were expected to arrive shortly. Their presence would strengthen their numbers, providing a sense of safety and lessening their worries about Gu Changge. Master Gu questioned the truth of the matter and inquired about the origin of the mysterious gourd. Unaware that Master Gu was standing behind her, Luluo explained that, according to legend, the gourd was a treasure refined over countless years by a peerless master and was known as the Immortal Slaying Gourd. Master Gu expressed interest, asking, "Oh? What powers does the Immortal Slaying Gourd hold?" Luluo continued, explaining that the gourd contained unrivaled sword energy, so powerful that even legendary immortals had to avoid it. She paused, suddenly realizing something, and the other two did the same. Slowly turning around, they were startled to see Gu Changge standing menacingly behind Luluo. Luluo stammered in surprise, Gu Changge." In response, Gu Changge calmly asked, "Do you know my name?" The other two were startled, jumping back and questioning how he had arrived. One of the girls remarked that they hadn't left a trace. Meanwhile, Luluo stood frozen, unmoving. Luluo responded to Master Gu's question, explaining that he was the most well-known figure among the younger generation in the upper world. Master Gu says that she is quite calm and asks her name. She answers Luluo. Master Gu grabs Luluo by the neck and lifts her off the ground, coldly saying, "Hello, Luluo." "Goodbye, Luluo." Her friend, desperately, ran toward Luluo, screaming, "Let her go." She gets rewarded immediately by becoming sea serpent food, and the last one head is splattered by Ada's punch. Luluo can only watch as her friend dies. At that moment, Granny Lu Kui arrived from a distance, quickly assessing the situation. She shouted, "Boy, let go of my goddess!" before launching an attack. From her arm, numerous vine-like tentacles shot toward Master Gu. However, before they could reach him, Master Gu simply called out to Ada. With a single swing, Ada effortlessly severed the tentacles. Finally, Luluo's companions caught up to Granny Lu Kui. One of them remarked that the aura of both Ada and Master Gu surpassed the Supreme Realm, not knowing who they were. Granny Lu Kui, surprised by this revelation, "Who are they?" Luluo's face turned purple as she weakly called out, "Granny Lu Kui." Master Gu glanced at her and asked, "Are these your people?" Ignoring him, Luluo urged her companions to run and not worry about her. One of Luluo's companions, recognizing Master Gu, pointed at him and said, "He's the one who descended on the seashore of the Boundary Monument and killed Qingyang." Granny Lu Kui, shocked, asked, "Why is he here?" With a smirk, Master Gu remarked, "So, Miss Luluo is a goddess. It would be a pity to kill you like this. I've changed my mind." He released his grip on her neck and instead tied a purple rope around her. With her neck free, Luluo coughed heavily. Ignoring her, he asked if Lin Wu intended to use the treasure he found here to trade for all their lives. In response, Luluo questioned whether Master Gu had been eyeing the Immortal Slaying Gourd for a long time. Luluo's companions boldly declared, "You're dreaming. The Immortal Slaying Gourd is the most precious treasure in the 10 realms and 8 wastelands. Even if we die, we won't let outsiders take it." Another stepped forward, adding, "That's right, we'd rather die than surrender. If you want the Immortal Slaying Gourd, you'll have to step over my body first." Before she could finish, Ada swiftly cut down those who had stepped forward and asked, "Who else would rather die than surrender?" With shocked expressions, Miss Luluo, Granny Lu Kui, and the others all whispered the same word, Quasi-Emperor. Realizing they stood no chance against such power, Master Gu chuckled and said, "The Immortal Slaying Gourd will fall into my hands sooner or later. Why choose death over surrender?" From a distance, Miss Gu Yingsheng called out, "Changge," and asked why he was there. Luluo's companions questioned if they were from the same group as before, but one of them replied, "No, it seems they know each other." After a brief moment of loading time, Master Gu finally remembered her. "Oh, Yingshuang clan's sister," he said. Miss Gu Yingsheng stepped forward and explained that she had heard Master Gu disappear after the demon-killing conference and had believed he was killed by the red-robed female demon. She expressed her relief at seeing him safe and asked why he was here. Master Gu simply says it is a long story, and he came here to look for someone. Behind Miss Gu Yingsheng, Song Yunge thought to himself, Gu Changge, the young master of the Gu family? I initially planned to get close to Gu Yingsheng to align myself with the Gu family, but now there's a better opportunity. If I can gain his favor, my position in the Supreme Cave Heaven will improve. After considering this, Song Yungai approached Master Gu and said, I've heard much about your great reputation, and it's even more impressive in person. I'm Song Yunfei from the Supreme Cave Heaven, and it's an honor to finally meet you, young Master Changge. Master Gu asked if Song Yunfei was a disciple of Taishang Dongtian. With a pleased expression at being recognized, Song Yunfei quickly replied, Yes, young Master Changge. Do you know of our lineage? By the way, the palace master and his men seem to be in this space as well. I'll look for their traces later. To this, Master Gu coldly responded, Don't bother, I've already killed them. Shocked by the reply, Song Yunfei asked in disbelief, Are you joking? Master Gu declared, Chu Hao led the disciples of Taishang Dongtian in colluding with the 8 desolates and 10 regions, committing unforgivable crimes. He has been executed on the spot. As he spoke, he rested a hand on Miss Yingsheng's shoulder and turned to Song Yunfei, his tone sharp and cutting. And you? Do you think someone from the Gu family is within your reach? Young people should remain grounded rather than seeking shortcuts through underhanded means. The others, eager to distance themselves from Song Yunfei, began murmuring among themselves in confusion. Who is Chu Hao? One asked. Another followed with, I've never heard of him. A man slow on the head questioned, Isn't Taishang Dongtian supposed to be our ally? Miss Luluo stood silently, her mind racing as she observed Master Gu's effortless manipulation, twisting the truth to his advantage. She couldn't help but question if such a cunning and ruthless man is the leader of the younger generation in the upper world. Meanwhile, Miss Yingsheng, desperate to stay in Master Gu's good graces, firmly told Song Yunfei to leave. As Luluo reflected, perhaps Master Gu is the greatest calamity looming over the upper world. Suddenly, a brilliant beam of light erupted from a nearby hole, flooding the area with radiance. Laughter rang out, breaking the tension, as those present murmured in surprise, Is that Lin Wu? Among the newcomers, confusion spread as someone questioned, Who is Lin Wu? As the beam of light gradually faded, Lin Wu emerged with a triumphant smile, his voice brimming with joy as he exclaimed, I made it! His excitement, however, was short-lived. Looking down, he noticed Granny Lu Kui and the others, their expressions grim. The atmosphere was heavy with tension. Luluo stood bound by a purple rope, and beside her, Master Gu waved his hand with an air of command. His overwhelming presence sent a chill through Lin Wu. Miss Yingsheng, standing near Master Gu, gestured toward Lin Wu and asked, Is this the one you're looking for? Realizing the gravity of the situation, he quickly hid the immortal slaying gourd behind him. All confidence drained from him, replaced by dread in the face of Master Gu's imposing aura. Lin Wu's eyes widened in shock as he spotted Gu Changge standing amidst the group. Summoning his courage, he demanded, Why are you here? Gu Changge responded calmly, yet domineeringly, I've been waiting for you. Hand over the immortal slaying gourd. Lin Wu clenched the gourd tightly, his voice laced with disbelief and defiance. Are you kidding me? Master Gu, with his usual air of dominance, declared that he wasn't one to steal treasures. Instead, he made an offer, his voice calm yet chilling. He proposed an exchange, the lives of Luluo, Granny Lu Kui, Elder Lin, and the others in return for the immortal slaying gourd. Don't you think it's not worth holding on to that gourd at the cost of so many lives? He asked. Before Lin Wu could respond, Lulu defiantly shouted, Lin Wu, don't worry about us. The immortal slaying gourd must not fall into their hands. Her words were abruptly cut off as Master Gu grabbed her jaw and dislocated it, silencing her. Annoyed by her defiance, Master Gu's expression darkened. Speak again, and the next thing I remove will be your chin, he warned, his tone laced with menace, leaving everyone in stunned silence. Lin Wu's voice rang out in desperation. Luluo, Gu Changge, don't touch her. Someone from the group quickly called out, Lin Wu, don't be impulsive. We are ready to die for this. Master Gu's gaze shifted toward the speaker, his eyes narrowing dangerously. Noisy, he said coldly. If you say one more word, I'll make sure you all die. At that moment, Ada released a powerful aura, suffocating and oppressive, which instantly silenced the group. Even Granny Lu Kui, though focused solely on Luluo's safety, froze under the pressure. Lin Wu's mind raced, torn between his options. Damn it, I finally got this treasure. I can't bear to give it up. But Luluo, finally, his frustration burst out. Gu Changge, how can I trust you won't go back on your word if I hand over the immortal slaying gourd? Master Gu raised his hand, a faint aura of power radiating from him as he spoke with unwavering authority. I swear on my Tao heart that once I obtain the immortal slaying gourd, I will let all of you go. Luluo stood helpless, her eyes filled with frustration as she watched the scene unfold. This so-called leader of the upper world is nothing but a hypocrite, she thought bitterly. Lin Wu must not trust him. But damn it, what has he done? I can't even transmit my voice. Trapped and powerless, Luluo could only hope Lin Wu wouldn't fall for Master Gu's seemingly sincere yet manipulative words. Lin Wu's eyes, filled with sorrow, spoke with quiet resolve. Don't worry, he said softly yet firmly. I won't give up on you. Without you, no matter how strong I become or how many magic weapons I possess, it would all be meaningless. His words, heavy with emotion, cut through the tense silence, revealing the depth of his feelings. Luluo, overcome with emotion, could only watch as tears welled up in her eyes. Meanwhile, Master Gu observed the scene, a subtle shift in his thoughts. It has increased. Is it because of her? He mused inwardly, noting the change in Lin Wu's luck point. A smirk tugged at his lips as he reflected, tisk tisk, another case where a woman affects the speed of drawing a sword. As Lin Wu looked down, he reluctantly released the immortal slaying gourd. It floated gracefully toward Master Gu, who extended his hand to claim it. However, just as it neared its destination, Lin Wu suddenly activated the Qiankun Divine Mirror. The sky above them shimmered as the mirror's immense power covered the area. Below, the onlookers began to panic settle in. Some questioned if it was truly the Qiankun Divine Mirror, while others speculated that it might be a powerful figure from Tianlu City, who had sensed the danger and activated the mirror to intervene. Amidst the chaos, members of the Song Yunfei group anxiously questioned whether this overwhelming force would destroy the entire space they were in. Meanwhile, Song Yunfei, looking at the unfolding events, turned to Lin Wu with a grim expression. Are we going to perish here with them? He asked, his voice laced with fear as he realized the stakes were growing ever higher. Lin Wu let out a laugh, his voice defiant as he looked at Master Gu. Now we have the same chips. You can't get the immortal slaying gourd? At worst, we'll die together. Master Gu, unfazed, simply raised an eyebrow. The Qiankun Divine Mirror of the 8 Desolates and 10 Realms does possess supreme power, he said casually. But do you really think it can kill a quasi-emperor like me from this distance? Lin Wu, his sweat beating with tension, retorted. Even if I can't kill you, what about those people from the upper realm behind you? Aren't they the ones who follow you? Master Gu's response was cold and assured. I can protect my cousin. As for the others, if you want to die together, then we can die together. Lin Wu, his voice rising in fury, shouted back, but Master Gu was unshaken, continuing with a steely determination. For the greater good, I, a cultivator from the upper realm, am not afraid of being destroyed alongside you. Your time is running out. Meanwhile, Song Yunfei and the others were consumed with fear, their thoughts all converging on one horrifying possibility. We might not survive this. On the ground, Luluo's group, including Elder Lin, was also in despair. Elder Lin cursed under his breath. Damn it! Even if we all die, Gu Changge will survive. He'll just come back to claim the treasure once we're gone. The situation had reached a breaking point. The stakes had never been higher, and the fear of their inevitable fate hung heavily in the air. Finally, Lin Wu, defeated and cornered, sighed in resignation. All right, I'll give it to you. With that, he handed over the immortal slaying gourd, and as he did, 400 luck points were also drained from him. Master Gu, observing this, thought to himself, sometimes possessing a treasure that you cannot protect becomes a curse. After relinquishing the gourd, Lin Wu quickly made his way toward Luluo. Let's go, Luluo. Hurry, he urged. But as he reached her, a sudden kick to his stomach sent him flying through the air, crashing toward Granny Lu Kui, who caught him in her arms. Lin Wu quickly recovered, glaring at Master Gu. You swore an oath on your Tao's heart, he called out, his voice full of challenge. Do you dare break your promise? Fury burned in Lin Wu's eyes as he called Master Gu despicable and shameless, demanding that he return Luluo to them. He added, Aren't you afraid of the heavens, Gu Changge? Master Gu calmly opened a portal behind him, his expression composed as he responded to Lin Wu's accusation. I only said I would release them, not her. How does that count as going back on my word? His tone was indifferent, as though mocking Lin Wu's naivety. Luluo, despite her dislocated jaw, stared in shock at Master Gu's brazen words. Beside Lin Wu, Granny Lu Kui's anger boiled over. She pointed at Master Gu, her voice trembling with rage. "You shameless boy! Give Luluo back to us!" Granny Lu Kui began preparing to attack, her aura flaring up with determination. However, before she could strike, Ada swiftly intervened, delivering a powerful kick that sent Granny Lu Kui flying backward. She staggered in midair, but Lin Wu reacted quickly, rushing forward and catching her before she could hit the ground. Ada stepped forward, his calm demeanor unshaken as he stated, "This road is blocked." His aura flared. Master Gu, unfazed, turned to Song Yunfei's group, raising an eyebrow. "Why are you still standing there? Don't you want to leave?" The group, as if jolted awake, hastily thanked Master Gu and rushed toward the portal. In front of them, Lin Wu's voice rang out, filled with rage and defiance. "Gu Changge, you killed my brother and kidnapped Luluo. I will not let you go, no matter where you are." Master Gu turned slightly, his expression amused and confused. "Huh? I killed your brother?" Lin Wu shouted back furiously. "Lin Qingyang is my brother." Master Gu blinked, then tilted his head with genuine confusion. "So who is Lin Qingyang?" The unexpected question left their groups in stunned silence. Master Gu stepped into the portal, dragging Luluo behind him like a prize. He spoke dismissively, his tone cold and indifferent. "Never mind. It's just an insignificant matter. If you want to save her, then come find me at the Boundary Sea in half a month. But don't waste time. If you wait too long, it will already be too late." Granny Lu Kui, Lin Wu, Elder Lin, and the others stood rooted in place, their faces contorted with anger and frustration. Elder Lin placed a reassuring hand on Lin Wu's shoulder and said solemnly, "We've failed this time. Let's return to Tianlu City and regroup. We'll make new plans." But Lin Wu's eyes burned with determination as he clenched his fists. His voice rang out, steady and resolute. "Luluo, I swear I will save you, even if it costs me my own life." The scene shifted to a stormy coastline, where waves crashed against jagged rocks under an overcast sky. Faint rays of light pierced the heavy clouds, casting a dim glow on the tense atmosphere. On one side stood Song Yunfei and his group, still shaken but relieved. Opposite them, Master Gu and Miss Gu Yingshuang remained calm. Someone from Song Yunfei's group remarked, "Who would have thought the 8 desolations and 10 regions would go to such lengths, even activating the Chankun Divine Mirror, just to keep the treasure from us?" Another nodded in agreement. "If it weren't for young Master Changge, our trip would have been a complete failure." Master Gu responded calmly, his tone indifferent. "It was just a small effort. There's no need for such formalities." Curious, someone from the group asked, "How did Master Gu end up at the front line in person? We heard the demon injured you badly." Master Gu's expression remained composed as he explained that he had been severely injured by the powerful, red-robed female devil. After barely escaping, he fell into a coma, and later found himself drifting near the Boundary Sea upon awakening. As the group stood near the stormy coastline, the aftermath of their encounter with Lin Wu and the 8 desolations lingered in their minds. One person remarked with lingering fear, "That red-robed woman is terrifying." Another voiced curiosity, "What is Master Gu's next move?" Gu Yingshuang explained that once the Boundary Sea dried up, the 8 desolations and 10 realms would likely retreat to Tianlu City, relying on its barrier for defense. She stated that Gu Changge would accompany her back to the Gujia camp, while the others should regroup with their tribesmen since the final battle had not yet commenced. Song Yunfei's expression grew grim as he pondered the situation, debating whether to report Gu Changge's killing of the mansion master immediately. In the grand hall of the Lin clan within Tianlu City, tensions ran high. The clan leader's voice echoed with authority and frustration. "Nonsense! That person's strength and scheming are unfathomable. Are you planning to enter their territory to rescue someone? How many more lives are you willing to sacrifice by walking into their trap?" Lin Wu stood defiantly, his voice filled with urgency. "If we gather the strongest from all the tribes across the 8 wastelands and 10 realms and work together, I refuse to believe we can't save Luluo." The leader's expression hardened as he shook his head. "The war is fierce, and resources are stretched thin. How can I possibly divert strength to help you rescue one woman? Lin Wu, you are the future of our Lin family. Don't act on impulse. Put the greater situation first." Lin Wu, unable to bear the thought of leaving Luluo, stammered, "Luluo, she is my girl. We've been childhood sweethearts. How could I—" Behind him, Granny Lu Kui shook her head in disappointment. Uncle Lin Yungxiao, his tone heavy with concern, spoke up. "Lin Wu, do you understand the consequences? By handing over the immortal slaying gourd, you've put the future of the 8 desolations and 10 realms in a perilous position. Lin Wu, desperate and confused, asked, "Uncle, are you saying that it's wrong for me to use my treasure to save someone?" Uncle Lin Yungxiao responded sternly, "The goddess Lu Luo has already fallen into that man's hands. There's no possibility of saving her now. There's no need to bring this up again." Another elder added, "Granny Lu, you understand the bigger picture. My Lin family cannot help with this." Lin Wu, overwhelmed by despair, thought bitterly to himself, "It's all my fault. I'm too weak." But despite the crushing weight of his guilt, his resolve hardened. "Even if I'm alone, even if I'm torn to pieces, I will still save you, Lulu." The scene shifted to the Boundary Sea, where numerous flying boats hovered above the turbulent waters. In one of the vessels, Gu Changge sat upon his throne, an air of calm authority surrounding him. Faint traces of red energy lingered in the air, a subtle yet ominous presence. "It hasn't even been half a month," Gu Changge mused, his expression contemplative. "Chan Hongyi's anger is already reaching its limit. Her recovery speed is beyond my expectations." The realization gave him pause. With a slight tilt of his head, he rose from his throne, the red energy swirling faintly around him. "Let me see what's going on." This marks the end of the chapter. As a beginner, your feedback is incredibly valuable to me, so I'd love to hear your thoughts and suggestions in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content, and I hope to see you in the next video.